It's Pro Wrestling Summit, motherfucker. Welcome to fucking Friday. It's episode 11. We're in the motherfucking house. It's right in the motherfucking mix. God damn it. It's 1 day away! It's 1 day away from the White Rabbit revealing himself. Well, or herself.
Or itself.
Or itself. Knowledge! Oh shit, knowledge is here.
Hey, I'm here. Everybody, hey, knowledge is here.
Knowledge.
Tatum, I want to bang my head on the desk. It's like Groundhog Day every week here where we got to talk about the fact that Tony Khan can't keep his house in order.
Well, the crazy thing about this is that, okay, so Andrade and Sammy Guevara got into a little altercation backstage, but yet Sammy Guevara still wrestled in the main event and it was a big win.
And Andrade was pulled from his match.
Was shown the door.
Right.
Escorted out of the building, supposedly.
I mean, maybe.
Maybe the problem, Sammy Guevara, considering that many people have tried to beat the fuck out of him at this point.
Maybe Tony Khan's trying to go the WWE route, like they did with, why can't I think of his name now?
I don't know who you're talking about, so.
Oh, man.
What does he look like?
Well, he's a Latin gentleman.
A Latin gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Showing the door because he slapped a backstage employee who.
Kalisto?
No, it wasn't Kalisto.
Slapped Alberto Del Rio.
Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, but he was a fucking psychopath who was beating the fuck out of Paige and shit.
Yeah, well,
like the domestic violence Alberto Del Rio.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And now his nose is all fucked up. He looks like that comedian Artie Lang.
Oh man, leave Artie alone, man. Poor Artie.
What? His nose is fucked up, dude. What, dude? He fucking he has like a collapsed nostril from fucking doing too much cocaine.
It's really bad.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's really bad.
But Andrade's got that same problem.
Yeah, well, I mean.
And they say it's from, oh no, he got that from fighting MMA. I'm like, let me tell you something, bro.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
Cocaine.
but yeah, no, I mean, it's, Sammy Guevara is clearly...
he's a bit of a rabble-rouser, isn't he, now?
Yeah, wow, that's a heck of a term there, rabble-rouser, yeah. He needs to just... I mean, the thing is, I'm not really impressed with him anyway. I feel like he had a lot of potential, but he just doesn't know how to get real heat.
Yeah, he gets the cheap heat.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually understand the mechanics of getting heat. He uses grotesque action with his Ty Conti, who's got like a fucking $1 million body and a 5-cent face. Yeah. She looks like a Lopso Opso in real life.
I wasn't ready for that.
She's got the body of a Doberman. Yeah. It's fucking, it's pretty fucking crazy. But, her fucking face is fucked up. Yeah. So I don't know.
I'd be fine if they just let Sammy go. When you're gonna.
No. Hold on a second. You're fucking talking crazy, dude. Like, you're talking crazy. You can't let a guy like that go.
No, you fire him.
No,
You're right. You don't let him go. You don't let him walk away with money. Fire him. Be done with him. I think it's more of a headache than it's worth at this point. And at some point,
I think the backstage in AEW is more of a headache than it's worth at this point.
Right, but unless you make some big statement with "we're not going to deal with this shit anymore," you're fired. We don't care who you are. You're fired if this goes on. Then it's going to continue. And
yeah, but he knows that that's what people want. These people want to be fired. That's the whole thing.
Well, I don't think Sammy does.
Oh no.
I think Andrade absolutely does.
Oh yeah, I definitely think Andrade wants to get fired immediately.
But Sammy doesn't, and when you prop, AEW on your shoulders like that and say to Andrade on Twitter like, "Oh, hey, you only have this job as a favor to your father-in-law."
I thought he was talking about Shawn Spears. It made a lot more sense when I thought he was talking about Shawn Spears.
Yeah.
You only got the job. You were a favor hire?
Yeah,
bro. Andrade was a
Andrade.
favor hire?
Andrade.
You're fucking insane, bro.
And then you want to start shit backstage, and you know what? I don't care who throws the first punch at that point. He's calling Andrade out online.
Yeah, I mean,
Andrade
doesn't look like the type of dude who's just gonna like allow somebody to be disrespectful to him,
Right.
and he handled it the right way. He goes, "Listen, I name names, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like I'm not I'm not one of these people who's gonna run to a dirt sheet.
Right.
I'm just gonna say you by your name and fucking hashtag you in this shit."
And really, what was the worst thing he said at the end of the day in that interview? He said, so he did an interview where he said that Sammy got upset that he was too stiff with him. Like, that's basically all he said.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna call him out on Twitter like that, like a bitch. You're not gonna say it to his face. Like, that's my biggest problem with this shit. Stop running to the media. Stop running to social media. Just fucking hash it out like a fucking man, and just have it out. Have your little fight backstage or whatever. And
Out in the parking
Out in
lot.
the parking lot. Like, hey, you know what? We're not gonna make this a huge backstage thing. I'll be out in the parking lot. Let's go fucking handle our business.
Yeah.
You fucking settle it out there, and then get back in the ring and do your fucking job. But you want to keep making yourself out to be the spectacle, and it's harming AEW every single step of the way.
I think Ricky Starks had the best take on it. I think my coworkers need to shut the fuck up.
He's right. He's right. And you know what? It doesn't mean shut the fuck up like completely, but like to the media, to social media,
Yeah.
stop. Fucking say it to their
Bro,
face.
Why
That's
are
it.
you? Why are you? Oh, let me. This is the thing that I don't understand, and maybe it's this generation, and it seems like this generation, not just in wrestlers, but in the fucking real world. You know what I mean? And in the actual fucking stratosphere of non-social media. Some of these guys don't play fucking games.
Mm-hmm.
Like Eddie, I don't think Eddie Kingston like plays games on Twitter with people.
No, he will come up to you and slap you right in the teeth and then talk to you.
Right. That's what and I think that there needs to be some accountability for that. And I think that Sammy has grown up in a generation where he's able to do that, and he's been able to talk tough to people like that before, and there's been no real consequence for it. What happened when there was a real consequence for it? The other guy got suspended.
Right. And it happened again.
So wait. So now in Sammy's mind, I bet what he's thinking is, hey, I can do this and get away with it
Yeah.
and get attention on me because I can't draw a fucking dime.
Yep.
You make out with your lopso looking girlfriend on fucking like rubbing tongues with her. Like, what the fuck,
Yeah,
bro?
it's really it's
Like,
not-
it's not even like sleazy, like for like a pop.
They're
you know
going
what I
for
mean?
some like Edge and Lita type of shit, but
Yeah,
they
but it's
don't-
not
but
as
they're-
good.
Yeah, they're not. They're not.
They're not Edge and Lita.
Yeah, they're not.
He can't cut. He can't hold a promo like Edge can.
No.
And her promo skills are terrible.
Yep. They're both just they're like
And I don't even like her in the ring since she got the BBL.
yeah, they're like the dollar store version of Edge and Lita,
yeah.
and it's and even that is giving them just too much credit.
And I didn't even really like Lita.
It's more like the dollar store version of Trish and the bucket of the filthy water that McMahon dumped on her.
Oh shit!
So like
I thought you were gonna go Trish Stratus and TNA.
no, because even they
I like
were,
Test and Albert.
Tess and
together.
Albert, yeah, with Trish as their escort. Yeah,
Oh my god!
that was a great team.
With the push up. With
Yeah.
the Jesus, dude, Tess with that big boot running out of the corner, he would just blast people with them long ass legs. And Albert was kind of freaky looking because he had piercings and he had fucking strange facial hair and like a Prince Albert, for people who don't know, is a wang dang ding along tattoo. So
not tattoo, piercing.
piercing. Sorry, right through the head. Right, that's right through the The old baby maker.
I am cringing just thinking about it.
Yeah, I mean that's probably not too fun. But anyway,
but even them, I enjoyed them way more than I enjoyed. Sammy and Tay Conti.
And listen, I think Sammy's very talented. I don't think that he's untalented. I just think that he goes about conducting business the wrong way.
I would say that he is above average in the ring, but I think that.
Well, he's a 0 in promo.
Right. 0 in promo, but I would say he is above average in the ring.
He's probably 4.5 out of 5 in the ring, I'd say.
Well, I think even that's maybe a 4, maybe, I don't know, maybe a 3.5 too, to be honest with you.
Nah, because he does some pretty fucking amazing shit, dude. That 630 off the fucking top rope, dude, he fucking does that really well. He's got some cool dives. I mean,
but he's got no in-ring psychology, so that knocks it down for me.
Yeah, it's about how much can I get in during the match.
Right. Yeah. And that's okay. If that's what you're going to be, you can't get the heat that you need as a heel. You're not going to be a believable heel, so then you got to pull this shit in the background to try to get some heat, and it's not good. It's not the right kind of heat.
Do you think, let me just ask a question. And you might fucking think I'm crazy, right? Do you think that Sammy is looking at what MJF is doing and is like, I need to go the exact opposite direction of that and draw attention to myself and like be Mr. Social Media and create issues on social media to gain attention because I can't draw any other way?
No, I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that's the case. I think that it's closer to what you said before, where
he's grown up.
He's grown up in this era where, somebody's going to talk shit about you, so you're going to talk shit publicly and call somebody out, thinking that there's going to be no repercussions for it.
Right, and some people in this world, there are real repercussions if you do some shit like that.
And apparently, there's real repercussions for Sammy. So
I mean, listen, dude, these are professional wrestlers. Yeah. And he's not picking on small guys. Well, you're fighting above your weight class, bro.
Andrade's thinking, well, if I was too snug with you in the ring, wait till I just fucking lay into you. Out of the ring, backstage.
Bro, I love how he was like, listen, man, like, in WWE, like, we hit hard.
Yeah.
Like, Sheamus is gonna fucking hit you really hard, and that's how some guys like it. Yeah. Some guys like it stiff.
That's what she said.
They like it they like it a little tight.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Snug with 2 G's. There's a million different fucking things that you can call it. You know what I mean? Some people call it working tight. Mm-hmm. For my guesstimation, I don't think there is a situation where there's, as long as you're under the same understanding. Like, if you get in the ring with somebody and just start fucking teeing off on them, like, I don't think that that's right. Mm-hmm. But if you have an understanding with the person, like, hey, we gotta fucking lay it in. You gotta fucking lay it in. Like, if you're wrestling Sheamus or Gunther, you know that you're gonna get beat the fuck up. Like, that's fact.
Do you think that Jericho had to go find TK after and be like, oh, hey, there was a situation in the back, just like he did with the Punk melee?
No, I think
they didn't have a media scrum. So
I think that what happened was Andrade walked in like a businessman. Mm-hmm. And I think that he walked into the locker room and Sammy was in there and he handled his business.
Yeah. It would not surprise me at all if he was like, hey, what the fuck do you want to do?
Oh, no, I don't think there was much talking at all. I think that man, like, this needs to be dealt with. We're in a locker room. It's a closed space.
Yeah. But I'm assuming that he came in and probably,
what do you want to do?
What do you want to do? And the second that Sammy, because Sammy probably got smart with him, and the second they got smart with him, he probably just fucking hurled out and fucking punched.
Yeah, bro. Like, if I'm Sammy, like, these are not guys that you want to be fucking around with. Like,
but in his head, he's gonna think, well, you're not gonna hit me.
Oh no. Well, Eddie Kingston will definitely fucking hit you, and I don't know how much time Sammy spent on the independent circuit, but I can tell you unequivocally that type of attitude is not very welcome. You can get away with that shit for a little bit, but you're gonna say the wrong shit to the wrong person, and it's gonna be over.
It's just so stupid. It's just so stupid.
What'd you think about MJF last night? The face turn already starting to fucking plant the seeds of the face turn.
It gets me nervous.
Oh, you think it's too quick? You think they're jumping the gun? Yeah,
I do, and I honestly don't think they're trying for a face turn.
It's organically happening.
Yeah, I think that it was less about MJF
and more about the.
Yeah, more about the the stable,
the firm,
the firm. More about them.
That's what she said.
Yes.
That's gonna be the name of this episode. That's what she said.
But I think it was more about them. I don't think they want to do a Roman Reigns-esque type of story where,
he's running this fucking stable
and he needs them to win,
yeah.
So I think it helped him get to the point that he needed to be at where he's going to get a title shot. And I think that, you know what, you're not really useful right now. And also, they're supposed to be there for when MJF needs them.
Right, he doesn't need them for Wheeler Yuta.
Right.
And that's what he said.
Because he's going to shake his hand? Like,
yeah.
Why are you stepping in for that? There was no
he
issue there.
He already said that he respects Wheeler Yuta, so
right.
A handshake, like, what is that going to fucking do?
Right.
It's not a big deal, like, and then you have some fucking scrub jump Wheeler Yuta.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why the scrub?
Yeah.
Why not, like, Morrissey
comes
in and kicks the dude's face off? Like, that I'm interested in. Not some, what the fuck is that guy's name? I can't fucking think of, Tiger Style. Oh, shit. I can't fucking think of his name. He calls himself Tiger Style, though. I don't know. I always confuse him and Captain Sean Dean with each other. They worked a lot of Dynamite. Lee Moriarty. Shit, that's a guy.
I mean, the problem for me is, like I said,
you don't even know who the
I'm a casual fan,
yeah.
so like remembering their names, it's not a big deal to me. But the fact that they're doing this odd kind of tweener thing with MJF right now is.
Especially when he's going to have to wrestle Moxley,
right?
Because they're not going to have Hangman wrestle him. There's no fucking way.
He's got to have a major heel run in him with the title before he does anything to flip over to a face. You need a heel with that title.
You think a heel is going to have that title?
Well, I mean, look at what they've tried to do.
Do you consider Moxley a face though?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You really?
Yeah, 100%. Right now, he is the face of AEW.
He's the only credible guy there besides MJF, as far as I mean Jericho too, but like Jericho has taken a back seat for the main event picture.
Right. And
which is great. I mean, listen, man. Jericho is a fucking player in any situation that you put him in, so it doesn't really matter.
With all the CM Punk stuff,
he's proven that he's a leader.
Not only is he proven he's a leader, but AEW basically came to him, like ran to him.
He didn't go to them,
right,
and say, "Hey, this is what I can do for you." It was. No.
And when he comes out with these promos of like, I've been here, I've done this, like I bleed AEW and all that stuff. That's face shit. That's face talk.
Yeah.
So it is clear face he is, and I hate to say it. You're gonna probably hit me.
Oh, you're gonna compare him to Stone Cold.
He is more of a Stone Cold.
I'm gonna fucking get really mad.
He's more of a Stone Cold kind of face, where he's not trying to make you happy. You know what I'm saying?
Well, no, because he's biting you and fucking
right.
Like, he wrestles as a heel, but because he wrestles as a heel, it only makes him more of a face.
Right.
I get the comparison.
I'm not saying he's Stone Cold.
I still want to hit you for making that comparison. Yeah. Because no one can do a promo like Stone Cold except for The Rock.
I agree.
And Hogan. I mean, if I'm being honest, Hogan's promos are amazing.
I've never thought that Mox's promos were very good.
But they're believable. his old stuff as John Moxley was exceptional. Like early independent scene stuff where he was like smoking cigarettes and like, you know, in the promo and he was like my stepdad and like all that. He was fucking crazy.
Sure, but I think that
He can't do that shit on WWE.
Yeah, and I think WWE watered him down a lot, you know. And then when he got to AEW, that had an impact on him. He never got that back.
Bro, he said that he had to take Moxley said that when he had to take the WWE physical, he went in and he was like, I don't know if I should take my shirt off in front of this guy. He's like, I got all sorts of barbed wire scars on me and like all this other shit. And like, I don't know if they're going to be into like seeing that. But I'll tell you what, man. He has obviously transformed his body. He is in tremendous. He's in the best shape I've ever seen him in. And that's not. It's not just him that's in the best shape that I've ever seen him in, dude. Jericho is in fucking incredible shape, and MJF looks like Dynamite Kid, bro. I saw him last night, 2 nights ago. Right? 2 nights ago. Yeah, because today's Friday. It fucking and we fucking put this out on Saturday because we're nincompoops. But that's besides the point. When I saw him on Wednesday, dog, I was like, oh my god, bro. He's got the upper body of the Dynamite Kid. He looks like a fucking mini Dynamite Kid. Is he? Do you think he's gassed out?
No.
It looks kind of natural.
Yeah.
His legs don't look natural though.
Well,
his
skips
fucking
leg day clearly.
No. His quads are fucking ginormous. No, you don't think he's on the gas?
Nah,
I mean, he definitely put on fucking 20 pounds of muscle.
I can't say he is, but I can't say he's not.
I mean, bro, did you see the abs? I was like, God damn, MJF. Like, you've been fucking not playing around. Like, you took the time off and, like, got serious in working out.
Oh. But regardless, like I said, I think the AEW Championship needs to be held by a heel. You think of...
well, face chasing the heel is the way that it should be.
Right,
I mean,
but look at what the title's been doing, right? So, I mean, even between Mox and Punk...
Face.
Before that, it was Hangman, which is really... more of a face than a heel.
He's not a heel, dude.
Well, they try to like push.
He's a fucking idiot.
You know, so it's been very face heavy for a while. You know, I feel like it needs to be.
You need to put it on a heel at this point.
And
it's time to switch it up.
And you know,
who else are you gonna put it on? He's the guy.
This is. You're gonna hate me for saying this too.
What?
But. The best comparison I have for that, for a championship being held by a face for a long time, then switching over to a heel and making it all the more desirable, was when Miz won the championship.
I don't care about that.
Well, because people don't like the comparison between MJF and the Miz, But
there's a fucking giant comparison between those two guys, and the biggest comparison that I see is the passion and love for the business.
Yeah,
they're similar body size. They work very similar to each other.
Yeah.
MJF knows how to play a snivelly heel a tick better than the Miz does. Mm-hmm. But the Miz also, could you imagine those two guys teaming up?
It'd be very interesting. What
type of fucking heel run as a tag team those two guys could have?
Yeah. They would be outshining each other every single night.
And just think, dude, the Miz fucking wasn't even allowed to dress in the locker room with everybody else. He had to dress in a hallway.
Can you imagine if you just got on Twitter and bitched about that?
You know what would have happened? JBL probably would have fucking grabbed him and pulled him into a shower and fucking gave him a beating, and then Joey Styles would have came in and punched JBL out. I can't believe that. It's still that story still fucking makes me laugh hysterically.
The Joey Styles story?
Yeah, knocking out JBL because everyone was like, well, after that, JBL picking on anybody, it was like Joey Styles knocked you out, bro. Like,
right.
You have no fucking leg to stand on.
Right.
But according to some people, dude, Sin Cara beat the fuck out of Sheamus.
Yeah, no,
Backstage.
I heard that.
Many
I heard those
people,
stories.
I've heard that fucking story from many people that he beat the brakes off of that.
It's just which Sin Cara was it right now?
I would imagine that it was the second one, because the first one was the fucking drizzling shit.
yeah.
What did they? No, they didn't. He was Mystico, right?
I-
But they called. Yeah,
that
he was
whole
Mystico
story
in
is-
Mexico, and they called them. Yeah, we're gonna change your name to Sin Cara.
Well, because Sin
That
Cara
sounds
was
terrible.
like a comic book character, you know, and
Yeah,
it's like a
because let's rip
superhero.
off fucking comic book characters now.
Well, I mean, look at what WWE just did with comic books.
What do you mean?
One of their new, like, not head writer, but pretty much head of
Of long-term developmental
yeah,
creative.
They hired a Marvel guy.
No, dude. No. He's not a Marvel guy.
You
Rob
just-
V?
Yeah, that's who they're passing
Rob
him
Fee.
up. Yeah,
Rob
Rob
Fee.
Fee. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're passing him up as a Marvel guy.
Oh.
He just so happens to be the guy that's been doing all the White Rabbit stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it's a good hire, because if you're going to keep this White Rabbit stuff going for a while,
Well, not only the White Rabbit stuff, but Triple H has already said that they've already have like developed other stuff for other people, and it's not just like for people who are incoming; it's for the people
Yeah.
who are already on the roster.
it's not just for Bray. It's yeah,
well,
yeah. Because it has to be Bray, right?
See, so that I was gonna bring that up. I wanted to mention this one point before I forget, because you know me, I'm fucking scatterbrain Johnny. I can't fucking keep a fucking thought in my head to save my life. I like the fact that they hired a guy, and I like the name of the title that they gave him. I think that is a very smart play on WWE's part, because I think that they see what is happening and the world is different. And when you name somebody the director of long-term creative,
Long-term creative. That's right. That's what it was. Yeah.
and he is going to be the guy overseeing that everything has continuity throughout all of the shows. So I think what's going to happen is exactly what you said. NXT becomes their third brand, and they're going to have a lot more people who are maybe in flux, maybe changing their character, are going to show up on NXT, kind of work out maybe some kinks, see if it gets over.
And then when it gets over, they can bring it up.
Kinks,
to the
that's
main-
what she said. Well, I'm keeping it going, motherfucker. You know, but have them go back and fucking, like, not relearn, but just, like, fine-tune. You know what I mean?
You definitely need something that'll get exposure that's not on the main brand, because NXT kind of has that AEW feel where those fans are more in the know,
It's more hardcore. They're
Yeah.
more the hardcore base of fans.
and when it gets over NXT and it gets brought into the main brand, if it's done the right way, people will catch on there. You'll pull some people who follow NXT as well, and you'll get some people who are just casual fans that will embrace it for the first time.
Yeah.
But you'll get people in the crowd who will embrace it right away, and other people will be like, "Oh, hey, well, I guess well, we're cheering for these people. All right, cool,
Right.
You know."
Yeah, I mean, I'm very interested. They're speculating that there's going to be a call-up on SmackDown tonight with Legado del Fantasma.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
No, they're actually really good. He's a Mexican wrestling legend. His dad was a Mexican wrestling legend, the main guy. And I gotta say, man, like them as a group on the smaller side. They're on the smaller side, but that seems to be the play for Triple H. He's getting these guys that are hella talented, that are undersized, because that's where it's going. He knows that it's going to be few and far between that he's going to get a guy 6'5" and 260. Like, he's not going to get those type of people.
Well, even then, sometimes he doesn't know how to use those people, because he'll have the people that are supposed to be monsters who are who are getting German suplexed by like a 5'4" guy.
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre. But I think that it's fucking great that they hired somebody to put continuity throughout the shows. I think that it's going to be a hugely important thing moving forward, and it's a great hire as far as I'm concerned.
Don't get me wrong. I hope it works out. It just makes me nervous when it's non-wrestling people that are involved in writing. That's my fear. So
Well, I did see a like a screenshot of a fan who asked him, once he announced that he was hired, what was your favorite match, and he said like some fucking obscure, terrible match just to like troll the fans, and like that type of smarmy shit. Like people were like, "Well played." That was fucking well. That was well played. Like fucking well done. So according to some people, he's been a wrestling fan this entire time, and this is not the first time that he's tried to work with WWE.
But even being a wrestling fan doesn't
no. That does not. That being a wrestling fan does not qualify you to write wrestling.
Right. So it just makes me nervous, and I hope that it is more the continuity thing. How does this work in the long-term story of this character? And he can kind of rein in some of the writers that aren't really wrestling writers that WWE has and say, no, you can't just do this short-term bucking shit. We're on the long-term stories for a lot of these guys, and it needs to make sense.
If you see more shit like this White Rabbit stuff coming down the pipeline, and you see the results that this White Rabbit thing has already gotten, wouldn't you hire that motherfucker too?
No, I agree with you.
When your ratings go from like 500,000, 750,000 households to 2.5 million, what the fuck?
And think of how the White Rabbit thing started,
A QR code.
No, before the QR code. It was just they played the song. They turned the lights on. They played the song
at a commercial break.
Empty stadium. Well, no, not empty, but during a commercial break, and people were like, "What the fuck?" And people turned their lights on like it was the Firefly thing, and people were like, "Oh, that's weird," and they just did it again. Then all of a sudden, QR code. Then all of a sudden, this.
Little tidbits, man. Oh, man. Little drips.
Yeah.
And it just sucks you. See, the whole thing is, I was getting sick of it. I was like, oh, man, they're just fucking playing with me now. They're making me tune in to see this, and then all of a sudden, new shit starts happening. I'm like, oh, fuck, no, they're not playing. Like, there's a purpose behind all this.
You talked about it on Tuesday with the Gacy stuff. I hope that's just throwing it off.
No.
I really, if it's not Bray, people are gonna be pissed.
Oh no, they're gonna turn off.
Yeah,
it's gonna turn people off to the product.
I mean, right? It has to be at this point. It has to be Bray.
No, okay. Let's just talk about this White Rabbit thing. We're 30 minutes in, so we got 30 minutes left to talk about this White Rabbit thing.
Yeah, so we'll be here for about an hour.
Yeah. I mean, there's so many fucking different things. Well, that's what she said. We'll be here about an hour. I touched your leg. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
That's what she said?
Whoa. Okay. Well, that just got awkward, Bill Cosby, but that's all right. We'll worry about that later. So I just think that if it's not Bray, there's going to be too many people that are going to turn it off, and I think that they're just going to lose too many people. I think that Tuesday really kind of solidified some things for me. And people are going to think that that's fucking really strange that I say that. But, and some people may not fucking think that this is correct or be paying attention. But, everyone was like, oh, something's going to happen with Gacy. And then they're like, oh, nothing happened with Gacy. And I'm like, were you not fucking watching the same show that I was? A woman in a red hoodie with a mask over her face who did not... Dude, Wolf, red hoodie, Little Red Riding Hood. Like, it fucking all... Everything coincides with each other. Like, it's all part of the story. Joe Gacy didn't have a match. He had 2 backstage segments where he was talking to this figure, and then fucking Cameron Grimes was talking to the figure in the red hoodie. Clearly female, because when she stood up, Joe Gacy's not a big guy, and he towered over her. And I went, that's fucking Alexa Bliss, motherfucker. That's Little Red Riding Hood. This is all starting to make sense. Now, the question is, does Bray come back by himself?
I honestly...
I think he comes back with a whole fucking crew of people. Across 3 brands.
If he... I almost hope that he just comes back alone.
You know that there's no way that he's going to be able to do that.
Well, I feel like he needs to come back alone, and he can bring people in the same
Small doses?
the same slow drips.
Ah, I see.
So they can kind of extend that out.
Did
I think if they blow their whole load here right away and bring everyone out, that
Oh
he's,
no,
you know,
I don't think that they would do something like that. But I think that they're definitely gonna drip it in. But
I think they need to. I mean, I agree that he needs a stable, a guy like that.
needs other people around him. He
Right.
can't.
I mean, it's clear, like, cult leader, you know, that type of charismatic personality needs people around him. Not that he needs them for protection.
No.
He needs them because that's the kind of pull that he has.
He
Why
is a leader.
Why are the fans going to buy into him as some sort of leader if he can't get people around him in the ring? You know?
God, it's so good, man.
Because, I mean, think of just the original Firefly stuff, the original Bray Wyatt stuff. You know, when he was coming out with the Wyatt family, people bought into it because it's like you feel like you're a part of something.
Yeah.
The Wyatt family isn't just those men in the ring. It's me, too. I'm a member of the Wyatt
Well,
family.
because he's saying things that you can relate to, and it
Which
becomes
is really just gibberish, but that's the best thing about the cult leader type of thing.
Yeah, but he is using the cues that have already been put out there by these people who have actually run cults.
Right.
And he's not trying to reinvent the wheel. He's just adjusting it to fit his persona.
Now, what if it isn't Bray?
Who is it then?
Right? Who could it be? What a waste at this point if it's Gacy. Because if it is Gacy,
Not Gacy.
but I'm just saying if it is, because you know they had that basic that hints, right, that it's going to be Gacy or whatever. If it is Gacy, you're just trying to do Bray Wyatt 2.0.
No, I don't think it's Gacy. I thought for a second, a hot second, when I saw the hourglass, I was like, But he already re-debuted. They're not going to re-debut him again as the White Rabbit. You know what I mean? Like, he's already there. So, like, what are you going to do?
Yeah.
And then people were speculating Edge. And I was like, that makes sense. That could make sense, but
Why do they have to keep bringing Edge back with all these different things?
well, not only that, but the guy's like fucking 50 years old. Yeah. Like, why are you wasting the resources, and why are you changing his character all of a sudden to the White Rabbit?
Well, and every single time he goes away for a while, he has to have a reemergence with some sort of, you know...
Well, he does the Brood entrance with the stairs in the middle of the entranceway, and like, what the fuck are we doing, man?
Right.
Like, it just looks so fucking bizarre.
And then the next show, you're just doing the Rated R Superstar opening again, and it's like...
And you're, like, running to the ring, and then you get fucked up. Like, it just seems to be the MO with you. Like, I like Edge. I do. I liked Edge at many points in his career, but I'm over it.
Yeah.
I'm over it now.
Yeah.
I'm just done.
I'm fine
done
with you coming back for the occasional thing. Like,
you want to do like an Undertaker thing? You come back big shows, you know what I mean? Royal Rumble.
Finish this Judgment Day stuff and then do that.
Yeah,
Go
be
back
done
for
with
these
it. Just be done. But I mean, other than Vince would be the only other person that I think that they would give this type of time to. And Vince would make sense. It would make sense.
I feel like it has too much of a creepy vibe for it to be Vince.
Agreed, but
I know you think back to you know, the corporate ministry, you know.
I mean, it's not that far-fetched.
I think people would go nuts if it was Vince. People would lose their minds if it was Vince. Not in a good way. I think people would be wicked pissed off if it was Vince.
Yeah.
Especially when you're expecting Bray.
I would laugh so hard because I know
it was me, Triple H. It was me all along.
Because I know for a fact that when I go on YouTube following the show, it is going to be a treasure trove of people absolutely blasting WWE.
YouTube's going to be shut down for a week.
Oh my God, dude, the algorithm is going to go fucking crazy. I mean, at this point, dude, I mean, I can't think of anyone else who it would be. It's got to be Bray. I definitely think that this whole QR codes and like the fucking crazy shit that's been happening, the Magic Eye and like Samson and Delilah, it's the Message, the White Rabbit Records.
I've heard people saying like it could be Eric Redbeard.
What the fuck? Why would you do that?
Well, just because he was in the Wyatt.
Yeah, great.
Thing,
Congratulations. No one cares about that guy.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but like he's not a big star.
Right. It wouldn't make sense to do it for him. And there is nobody that's a big enough name that it would make sense to do that with. It's all going to be disappointing if it's not Bray at the end of the day. It's all going to be disappointing.
It has to be him.
Yeah.
I don't think WWE is stupid enough to fuck over the fans, because that's what you're doing.
Right.
Is you're fucking over the fans. And especially considering how big merchandise sales have been for pre-order White Rabbit stuff, they're like, no fucking way, dude. Like, we're drawing fucking double. We're doing, 2x numbers for our fucking weekly shows. And we're selling out of pre-order merchandise.
I've also heard people say that this is like a Judgment Day type of storyline. And I'm like, no, that doesn't make any... like
Judgment Day storyline. What? It's like them?
Yeah, it has something to do with them.
People is stupid.
And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense.
Dude, they're already there.
Yeah, they're literally there. It's not like they're talking about bringing somebody else in. They're doing the whole like Dominic thing right now.
Did you see the latest video that got put up on Wednesday? The red circle?
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, so at a house show, a red circle showed up after the red lights went off. Just a red circle was in the ring. Now, all that I can think of is that's the rabbit hole, and some motherfucker is about to pop out of that son of a bitch.
Well, I mean, Wyndham has had a red circle on his Twitter handle for about a year and a half.
I mean, dude, they put a plant with a sign that said White Rabbit, and if you rearrange the letters, it spelled out Bray Wyatt.
Yeah.
Like, and it was clearly a plant.
Right.
Like, it was the same type of plant that had the QR code 2 weeks before.
Right.
Like, it's just so fucking genius. The storytelling is just so exquisite, and the little treasure trove of like drips that you get. It's just so well done, and it's so smart.
And it has always been that way with Bray, which is why I didn't understand why they cut him in the first place. But hopefully they do right by him with this. That's all I can say.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think 76-year-old Vince McMahon understands that guy?
No, he definitely didn't. He didn't
that
know
guy
what
probably walked in his office and was like, Vince, let me tell you something, brother. I got this idea where we're going to use a QR code. And Vince is probably like, a what? I don't even know what that is.
Well, Triple H had an interview about Bray.
Oh yeah, with Ariel Helwani. I fucking love that.
Yeah, and he was like, "Well, so he has all these ideas, and you got to kind of rein him in and be like, all right, no, it's good, but you gotta
pick one,
right? You're already moving on to something else. We can't do that." And maybe this long time, the director of long-term. What is it?
The director of long-term creative.
Long-term creative. Maybe that's the purpose, is just to reel in Bray and say, hey, this is what we're going to do. While also monitoring everything else. But like, hey, Triple H can't be the head of creative and dealing with just Bray all the time.
No, I'm sure that Bray has like a team
Yeah.
of people surrounded around him. What do you want to do today, buddy?
Right.
How can we fuck with people today
Right.
based upon you?
Right.
You know what I mean? What insane shit is going to come out of your mind next?
And again, I think there's such an opportunity there to bring the fun house to life with people who are portraying Abby the Witch and the rabbit and all that. Like, there's an opportunity there to do that, and very easily explain that away, and it would be even more mind-boggling to people to be able to connect it with extreme long-term booking, even when Bray was released, to say that all this is going on in the background.
And none of you knew.
Right, and it could completely be untrue.
It doesn't matter.
It just falls into place. But you know what? You can direct the story to that.
Well, the whole thing is like it's so in depth that, like the White Rabbit records, then right? They have 2 videos posted on YouTube. One of them is Jefferson Airplane White Rabbit, and the other one was posted like fucking a week ago. And it's literally just numbers, and it sounds like Morse code or change or something. You don't. No one fucking knows what it is, but those are the only 2 videos that were posted. You call White Rabbit Records, you say feed your head, they said let him in. It's like, what the fuck, dude?
Right.
This is beyond involved.
Right.
Like you're like creating as you're involving everybody else. Like you are manipulating the whole shit around you.
Yeah.
And like I like how he's using quotes from Dante's
Inferno.
from Dante's Inferno.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are not really
that was one of the things that annoyed me, because that came out and they're like, oh, he's using the whole like abandon all hope, you enter here, which, oh my god,
no, it's exit here, and that's on the back of the door. It says exit here. It doesn't say enter, it says exit. So he's gonna come back through the thing,
but
in the enter.
But my thing was like, they're like, oh man, that's from like the Funhouse. Like, no, motherfucker, that's from
dude,
Dante's
that's
Inferno.
from
Like,
Dante's Inferno.
Read a goddamn book. It was really fucking.
What the fuck is right? See, dude, these fucking people are so fucking stupid nowadays.
Like, that's how you think he just like made that up? Like, that was a line that he created? Come on. You know, we're talking, he gets his inspiration from all these different sources.
Music, movies,
history,
everything.
like
he takes
everything.
it from everything.
And it's so, that's what wraps you in, and it's so good. It's all culture all around you that's being wrapped into this one character used to manipulate you. And...
But you don't understand
Right.
where you're even being manipulated, because you don't know where to look for the tidbits.
It does get a little frustrating, because, you know, sometimes you got to think to yourself, you know what, maybe Vince was right, and people just aren't smart enough for this. You know?
I don't think that it's that. I think that the riddle map wrapped in a mystery, wrapped in a fucking clue, wrapped in an enigma. Like it is fucking. It's never been done in wrestling to this magnitude. You know, the closest thing is Jericho with the Y2J stuff.
And it does take a very special, which that Y2J stuff was so obvious, you know, like they're almost hitting you over the head with it.
The Save Us was more obvious than the Y2J stuff. Like,
okay.
The countdown, because it was so close, like,
right, you could have been
didn't really know, you know what I mean? Like, you had no one had any idea.
But in terms of like what's going on here, it's like pedestrian compared to what's going on here.
Oh my god, dude! Like, it's not even the fucking same type of thing, man.
To be able to use the crowd, like people just planting people in the crowd like that.
Dude,
small
not
things
even
in the
people being
background.
planted in the crowd. Somebody brought a Bray Wyatt mask, a homemade Bray Wyatt mask, and put it on, and then the QR code was underneath. Fucking what's his name? The announcer there. Corey Graves had it underneath his thing, and in the background you see somebody in a Bray Wyatt mask. So of course people fucking freak out. Bray Wyatt's there. He's fucking there. No, it's some fucking dude with a homemade mask on, and the mask looks incredible.
Right.
I mean, it looks exactly like Bray Wyatt. You don't think that if Bray Wyatt was in that motherfucker, that somebody would notice?
Yeah.
Especially with all the crazy shit that's been going on, there's no way, dude. There's no way.
And no one around him would have been like, oh hey, let me just.
You can't hide a guy that big.
He's kind of a pretty distinctive character, you know.
He's got blonde dreadlocks, bro. He's a giant white dude with blonde dreadlocks.
Yeah.
And tattoos everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, you know, unless you're in like L.A., you know, you don't really see that too often.
It's not like a thing. I mean, here in Vegas, we don't really see that type of shit too often. You know, well, we see some crazy shit though. There's some crazy shit happening.
But it's all imported.
yeah, exactly. It's just people gambling. You know what I mean? People want to gamble, and you get all sorts of people who want to gamble their houses away. But I think that at this point, if I was a betting man and they had a line on who it was going to be, I would put all my money on Bray Wyatt.
And not get much back.
No. I mean, it's just it couldn't be anybody else because just they know that the fans would poo-poo all over it.
Yeah.
They would shit all over what.
There's not a single person that could make anybody happy.
No, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it is. For a split second, I thought Charlotte Flair at the beginning of it, just because she's been gone for such a long time.
Yeah, if it was just like White Rabbit and that was it, But then with every other clue that's come along,
it's too creepy for her.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense for her. Doesn't make sense for her.
I sent you the video of them playing the White Rabbit shit in the empty arena.
Yep.
That shook me. It shook me right down to my core, man. Not seeing anybody there, and that song just blaring through the speakers and the lights, the red lights going on.
I mean, they literally had that thing turned up to 11. It was reverberating through that. Arena.
It was like chubby level. Like I couldn't imagine being when that goes off tomorrow on fucking Extreme Rules. You are going to hear maybe one of the loudest pops you'll ever hear.
Now, do you think that it's all going to be revealed tomorrow at Extreme? That's what I'm afraid of. How much longer can they drag this stuff out?
I don't think it's going to be. I think that no, he definitely reveals himself.
That's what I'm saying. Do you think?
Yeah, no, he definitely reveals himself, but I don't think that a lot of other people reveal themselves.
Oh no, I definitely don't think that if he is with other people, they're going to be revealed right away. Now, I agree with you on that one.
I think that Karrion Kross might be revealed right away because I think that's the match that he gets involved in.
I could see that. Yeah, I'm afraid that this is going to be another clue, and if it's another clue at Extreme Rules, people are going to start to lose interest.
Yeah,
the hardcore people are going to keep going with it.
Yeah, but it's gonna you've built it up so much
and
to
it's
this
been
point.
Every episode since,
right? And people you've seen the numbers go up.
Yeah.
You can't delay it any longer because you're gonna start losing people, and then once you lose them, that's it, dude. They're not coming back.
I mean, the next pay per view is going to be what? Survivor Series? Is that
yeah?
So I mean, perfect situation.
Faction.
Even if you don't have a faction, you just literally have a match where it's not a Survivor Series match, quote unquote, but it's like a Survivor Series match. Like you need to try to survive Bray Wyatt because he's coming for you. That's.
And his merry band of madmen.
But that needs to be. He needs to be revealed for that to happen.
Yeah, you have to. You can't. I just don't. You can't delay it any longer. It needs to. There needs to be a some sort of like. He needs to show his face. Like that's the whole thing. Like. People are saying, oh, like, it's not the right time for him to show his face. I'm like, you fucking people, you really want more weeks of this? I really would like to see him and then move on to revealing other people.
Right.
And what other shit you have.
Because that's the thing. There's so much more that can be revealed here. And the best part of this is, like, there's so many people that right now are saying, well, Bray Wyatt's going to come and he's going to be challenging Roman for the title.
Absolutely not. Fuck.
He doesn't need a title. He's a story in and of himself. The worst thing they did was put a title on him.
Yeah,
because he didn't need it. All you can do is lose it.
Right, and why would you ever have that guy lose?
Right,
I wouldn't have him lose.
Well, again, we've talked about that before. That was my biggest problem.
It's just like putting a title on Andre. Like you can't put a title on Andre because he can't lose. You can't beat Andre. Like it doesn't fucking make no sense.
Right.
It doesn't. And then
especially now with what they've done with Roman, you can't have somebody come in and then lose it in a short amount of time after he's held on to it for 2+ years.
Does he need the title? No. Will he eventually go after the title? Yeah, but it's not going to be against Roman.
And I don't think that
it's going to be against Cody.
I don't think that that would be awesome, but I don't think that it needs to be for like I don't think he's going to be going after the title because he needs the title. If it would be a Cody, he's going after the title to take something away from him. Mm-hmm. That's it. And that's the story. And the title becomes irrelevant.
Bingo.
You know?
And it's not about the title.
Right.
It has nothing to do with the title.
Which
It's
is
about,
so much- which is
it's
so much-
about killing him and his legacy
Right.
in the business.
which is so much more compelling. And
Oh
then-
my God!
and-
So much more compelling.
And then you have him win the title, and what happens? Now Cody has to
Claw and scratch and fight and forget that underdog. He's the underdog babyface at that point.
Yep.
And then he rises up to finally fucking overcome Bray Wyatt.
Yep.
But then, what happens to Bray Wyatt? Oh, nothing, because Karrion Kross is waiting in the wings.
There you go.
Waiting for Cody.
Yep.
Just sitting there waiting with bated breath. It's my turn.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bray can go work with Bobby Lashley.
yeah, or literally anybody else. It doesn't matter.
No, see, I think that where Bray is going to really excel is working with people who don't have the charisma and the personality that he does, because he can carry a program. He doesn't need to work with a guy like The Miz who can fucking also talk on the microphone and make people feel. You got Bobby Lashley. People don't give a fuck about Bobby Lashley. That guy is a specimen, a fucking absolute specimen. And he's not a bad wrestler. Full Nelson for a finish. I mean, it isn't 1972, but I dig it.
Okay, well, I mean, Mox used a sleeper hold, so I mean,
It's a rear naked choke, but I get what you're saying. It's totally fine. I mean, you can still call it a sleeper hold. I mean, Roddy Piper called it a sleeper hold in the 70s, but that's fine, dude. It's totally fine. Brutus Beefcake it up. No problem. Everything's good. Watch out for that parasailing accident. Oh, shit. That's what she said. Hope he didn't hurt his dick. Anyway, I don't, honestly, man, I don't think it could be anyone but Bray at this point. I mean, too many people are interested. Too many people want to see this fucking conclusion to this thing. And plus, dude, the season premiere of SmackDown and Raw is on Monday. What a perfect way to fucking lead people into fucking season premieres with a Bray Wyatt sighting on the pay-per-view.
there you go.
So I think that's what it is, dude.
It's handled. Bray
Yeah,
Wyatt's
that's
coming
it.
back
Bray
tomorrow.
Wyatt's coming back. We just booked his fucking whole return. The question is, I'm interested to see who is in his little group. I already predict Braun Strowman. He's wearing the red pants already. It's like
Karrion Kross makes sense with Scarlett Bordeaux.
I think that Alexa Bliss gets involved, or he sends Scarlett after Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I don't know, though, because they said that Scarlett wants to wrestle. So, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of different fucking ways that you can go with it. I mean, Nikki Cross could fucking be the Abby the Witch.
I've been waiting for Nikki Cross to do something for years, so.
I love Abby Cross.
Yeah.
Abby Cross.
Nikki Cross.
Nikki Cross. What the fuck?
Abby the Witch. Nikki
Abby
Cross.
the Witch. Nikki the Cross. Fucking Nikki the Cross. Nikki the AFC. I don't fucking know. Fucking stupid. It's all dumb. Calling fucking Dewdrop.
Oh, it's totally fucking.
It's stupid. But anyway, this has been fucking Pro Wrestling Summit Saturday. Make sure you reach out to us on the Instagram at good_villain_media. You can also hit us up on the video. Comment, like, share, subscribe with your friends. Tell all the fucking internet wrestling community motherfuckers about us, and tell them that they can all suck my beanbag the long way, like a piece of corn. Tune in Monday for Welcome to the Zoo. Peace.